Yo, 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 yo. I'm here with another book review. This time we're doing this one, Stephen King's Nightmares and Dreamscapes. It's a book of short stories. It's 800 damn pages long, yo. That's way too long. Why do you need a short story book of 800 pages? He could have made it 500 pages and kept more back for another book, which would generate more sales. I don't know. I don't know who else in the business would publish a book 800 pages long of short stories. Anyway, this came out in 1993, and I was 17 years old at the time, and I was in love with Stephen King's writing. I couldn't get enough of it. So I devoured that book in 2 or 3 days, and I absolutely loved every story in it. So, and I gave it a 10 out of 10. 2 thumbs way up. But now, in my mid-40s, after reading it again, I'm not as enthusiastic as I was back then. I mean, let's face it. When you have a collection of short stories, some of them are not going to be as good. Some, just like in this one, are going to be rather silly. For instance, we'll get these silly ones out of the way first. The moving finger. Okay, that's about a finger. It comes out of a drain that's like 20 knuckles long that torments a person. Finger. It comes out of a drain. Okay. I mean, that sounds cool to a 17-year-old, but in actuality, it's kind of freaking stupid. Another stupid one is sneakers. It's about a pair of sneakers that show up at the end of a toilet stall. That's supposed to represent a ghost. I mean, there's literally thousands of ways to interpret ghosts as creepy, and a pair of sneakers is not it. Another stupid one would be the night flyer. Okay, you're gonna give a pilot's license to a monster that flies around. I mean, do they have to have a pilot's license? I mean, that was kind of stupid. I can't believe they ever actually made a movie about that. Another stupid one, Chattery Teeth. A guy buys a set of Chattery Teeth at a novelty store, and the Chattery Teeth goes around killing people. I mean, what? I mean, that probably would have made a good Tales from the Crypt episode, but oh no, it's stupid. It's stupid. And now we'll move on to the boring stories, the ones that you'll forget a week later after reading them. It's called It Grows on You, Dedication, My Pretty Pony, The Doctor's Case, and Crouch End. I guarantee you will forget the basis of those stories like 3 days after you read them. That's how boring and insignificant they are. I just can't see how someone could write a story and think that it's good enough to put in a collection for the world to see for the next 50 years. I don't know. Maybe you don't give a shit. I don't know. Who knows? But let's get to the good stories in here, which is a little bit of a longer list. So, all is not lost. A decent story, it starts out with Dolans Cadillac. It's like a 50-page story. It's a little bit long, at 50 pages, but it's decent. It's a revenge plot story. A guy gets buried alive in his Cadillac, okay? All right. Well, next we got Suffer the Little Children. It's about a teacher who sees monsters in her children. Then she goes whack job and then murders the children. I mean, you worry about a gunman coming into the school. What about if your teacher was the gunman? Holy smoking hell, you don't stand a chance. Next is Popsy. It's a companion story to The Night Flyer, but this is a lot better because it's a lot shorter and it makes more sense. It's more of a monster story. I really like that. Sometimes the shorter ones are the better ones. Next, you got you know they got a hell of a band. That's about a story about a couple driving into nowhere, which is a common trope for Stephen King short stories. So they arrive at this place called Rock and Roll Heaven, and they discover that it's a town full of deceased rock stars, people like Elvis, Janis Joplin, Buddy Holly, and all those deceased people. Next is Rainy Season. And that's about a plague of frogs that come raining down from the heavens. If you've ever seen Tom Cruise's Magnolia, then you'll have a good vision of what that's like. Another story, another one, good one. Sorry, Right Number. It's wrote as a screenplay. But I don't like screenplays. I'm sure you don't like reading screenplays either, unless you're an actor. Then you like reading screenplays. But this is told in the screenplay. It has a nice twist ending, which is good. Next on the list is The House on Maple Street. Okay, The House on Maple Street. Stephen King wrote this story based off a picture. Hold on, I'll show you the picture. And look, it's another copy of Nightmares and Dreamscapes, because I'm cool like that. I got two collections of Stephen King hardbacks, because that's just how I roll. Okay, here's the picture. See that? You see that? The picture? Yeah. He wrote a story based off that picture, which is which is really cool. I cannot admit to doing that, but I am not opposed to the idea. Last but certainly not least, of the good stories in this collection, is called Umney's Last Case. It's about a writer who writes about this dark noir detective from the 1930s. This writer liked this character so much that he was offering to swap places with him, because his life was boring, the writer's life was boring, but the Dr. Detective Umney was a good, vibrant, exciting life, and he wanted that. I think that's a very cool concept. Let me mention this last story in here called Head Down. It is a nonfiction account of his son Owen's Little League baseball team. I have no clue what it's doing in this collection. It should not be in this collection. I don't know what it's doing in this collection. It should not be in this collection. I don't know. It's like, oh my God, and it's boring. It's not even exciting to read. I have no clue. That's why this thing is 800 pages, because it's full of bullshit. Half bullshit, half good. So, that is Nightmares and Dreamscapes. I'm going to get back to my movie. You can see the movie. And if you don't know what that movie is, then we can't be friends. But I will leave you with this. Hey, Jules, did you happen to see the sign in my yard that said, I'll let you finish?